How's it going, everybody? Right now I'm at the Pilot truck stop in Boron, California, basically in the Mojave Desert. And I'm here because I'm gonna do some, it's almost, nah, it's not even close to midnight. Well, it's 8 o'clock, 38 p.m. my time, work 38 hours. And I got to do a little bit of mechanic work because one of the upper radiator hoses has a small rip and decided to leak a little bit of coolant. So I'm going to fix that right now. I'm going to measure the hose, see if I can reuse it. If I can reuse it, I'll just cut the hose to the leaking mark, which is basically near the clamp by the radiator. If it works, I'll cut it, put it back in, clamp it up. That's it. I just had to buy some AAA batteries for the flashlight, and I'm not going to be able to record the whole thing, but just letting you guys an update. So hopefully this doesn't take too long. So here we go. How's it going, everybody? I uploaded a snap, but I think I'll make a quick video. I had to buy batteries for my flashlight because I'm in Boron, California, basically Mojave Desert, along the 58, and right now at the Pilot's truck stop. The reason being is because I was leaving Tehachapi earlier, or I was driving through Tehachapi, and let's just say that I had a hose that decided to leak right by the clamp. It's a upper radiator hose by the radiator, and it was leaking. So I'm gonna check the hose if it's long enough to where I can cut the rip, because the rip is literally by the clamp on the upper radiator hose. So if it's enough, I'll cut it to where it's ripped, take off the clamp, look it's where it's ripped. If it's long enough, I'll cut it, put some lubricant to just slide it in, put the clamp back on, tighten it, add coolant, and we'll be on our way. Or I can spend the night, call it a night. But let's see. I know how bad it is. My boss knows of the situation, so no, I'm not trying to mess with his equipment. That's brighter. Let's turn on these guys for a little bit. Oh, might not do anything. So why not do a video? Yes, I'm gonna wear my gloves. Forgive me if I'm all over the place. All right, we'll put you there for now. Yes, I need tools. You can barely see my face. Bear with me, guys. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna open the side compartment and get my tools. I feel energetic, but we'll see. We'll see. So I got my tool compartment right here. I try to glue it with silicone, but sometimes that doesn't work. I tried taping it and siliconing it, but again, sometimes it doesn't work. Ow. I want to rotate this. Let me see if I can rotate it. No. All right. Here's my tools. Gloves. Step one, glove up. Well, the first step is to make sure your truck's brakes are set, which they are, both truck and trailer. So I'm trying to position these guys to where nothing falls down. I guess I'll put these guys up here. Then we gotta climb up here. I climb here, then here. So I gotta figure out how to put my phone here. All right. If you don't feel safe doing this, don't do it. So I'm gonna step on this linkage for the steering wheel. Then I'm going to transfer my tools up here. Oh yeah, it's leaking a lot of coolant. I gotta be careful in that hole. So, all right. The rip is somewhere right here. You can barely see it. The rip is somewhere right there. I glued it, but it did nothing. All right, so I gotta find where the clamp is. Oh wow. How would I get this clamp off? There's nothing that indicates how to get the clamp off. Yeah. Unless it's rubber. I gotta take my gloves off so I can feel it. I'm gonna feel the clamp. We'll do red. All right, it does feel plasticky. I've never dealt with this type of clamp, honestly, because I was expecting to remove a clamp by loosening it, but sadly that's not the case. This is the clamp that I'm trying to remove. So normally there's like something to remove it, but there's nothing. So I'm trying to figure out how to remove this guy. And I might have to buy one if I destroy it. Let me figure this out. I need light. There we go. I gotta climb back down. I gotta look for something to break it loose. Well, let me figure this out. I think it's durable. But how do I get this clamp off? Alright, let's climb down and see what we can do. Okay. Back on the ground. Okay. I do have a knife somewhere in here. Wire cutters, bags. There's my knife. And I don't know if I'll need this. I will need a screwdriver. Let me get my screwdriver. Forgive me for the poor video. It's not the best, but it's something, right? I need a flat screwdriver. Yep, this is it. Let's try again. All right. Try again. One of these days I'm gonna fall in the air. All right. That footing gets really exhausting. see how we're gonna do this. It feels rubbery. Oh, it is rubbery. Trust me, if it was the one with the bolt, I would have loosened the bolt, slid this off, bada bing, bada boom. Sadly, that's not the case, which is really disappointing. Because most of these clamps, oh, here's one. They have this. You see how this one has a bolt? Basically, in a clamp like this, you will loosen it. This gets loose, slide it, pull whatever you need to take off, put it back on, tighten it, boom. This one is not that case though. That's not the case with this one. It looks like it's a rubber band. So we'll try it. We'll see. I don't like this because I don't even know how they get it on. But yes, I might have, yeah, I do have enough room to cut it and slide it. This one doesn't have it. No, it doesn't. This is why mechanics don't like engineers, for obvious reasons. This is rubbery. Unless I slide it off. Oh yeah, see, it's leaking. Let me show you guys real quick. So there's some drippage. I don't know if I can show you properly. It's leaking from, you see right there? It's leaking from right there. That's why. So based on the look on this, I should be able to cut it and reuse it. I just wish they would use a normal band or a normal bolt type of band. Let me see if I can slide this off. I don't think I will be able to. Because there's a mark right here as well. So there's a mark right here that gives it a line. I could have Googled it, but oh well. That's on me. If you're listening, people, use a regular clamp, not this guy, because now I have to figure out how to remove this, and I think I'm gonna have to end up cutting it. Use a regular clamp with a screw or bolt on. Don't use this nonsense. I could have been done by now. Please make our lives easier instead of having to go to the dealership and deal with their nonsense. Because now I have to go to the store and buy a clamp. Oh wow. I'm gonna have to cut more than usual. Okay. This is no fun. Okay, I'm gonna try my knife. I don't like doing this, but I have to. I feel like there's gonna be tension and it's gonna whack me or whatever. It's gonna hurt me. So I gotta be careful. I don't have safety goggles. I should, but I don't. That's my fault. It is rubbery, hard plasticky. I am scared. Because if it's like a rubber band, you know how when you stretch and you break it, it just snaps and hurts you? Yeah. We'll see. I just don't want to fall off the vehicle and hurt myself. Seriously, guys. International, what are you thinking? Oh yeah, this is a 2020 International LT with the A26 engine. Please use the goddamn clamps with the bolt on it. Because now you're making this job harder. Alright, let me see if I can get it from this side. Wow, this is really tough. Otherwise, if it was a clamp on with the bolt, I could have loosened it, slid this off, make the marking. Well, I know where the marking is. Cut it, put a little bit of lube to slide it on, tighten it, and boom, I would have been done by now. But instead, you guys want to get stupid. I am scared. Because I don't want this to be like a rubber band where boop, it snaps and it hurts you. Jesus Christ. Let's see if we're making any progress. My boss approved it. He said okay, just because if I take this to the dealer, I'm gonna be there all day. And I got a delivery in Houston on the 27th at 4 in the morning, I want to say. That's early delivery. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's windy, that's why. It's windy. It's not super windy, but it's windy enough to make you question yourself why you even accept this job. Ooh, that would have been bad. I could have been This is not a good spot for me. Looks like metal, something shiny. Sadly, there's no places for me. Oh wait, it feels metally. I'm trying not to cut the plastic. I'm trying not to. I should have googled this, but oh well, you live and learn. This feels really rock solid now. And again, me and my boss did not know about this. I know some of you guys are saying, when do you replace it? We just found out today. If we would have found out today earlier, sure, we could have replaced it, but this is something that I just found out. Oh, okay, this feels like rubbery, plasticky. Hold on, I need another set of tools. I'll be right back. Hold on. Or let me try this, and if not, I'm gonna get my clamp. Hold on. I shouldn't use this as a hammer, but I might have to. I gotta be careful because I don't want to crack the rubber. Okay, we're getting somewhere. It's tight. I'll buy a new clamp, I don't care. I just don't like the design of this guy. See, it's still leaking. Holy smokes. I'm trying not to swear. If I do swear, forgive me. I don't edit my videos, I don't bleep. I should, but okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna see if I can get my clamps, not my clamps, but wire cutters. I'll be right back. Did I mention it's sweating? Did I mention it's hot over here? I got these guys. Woo! Let's see. Excuse me. If this snaps and I cry, I'm not because I'm a man. If this snaps like a rubber band, it's going to hurt. I'll suck it up as much as possible. Alright. My feet are tired. And I have some padding on my shoes. Screwdriver time. Man, this is insane. Why would you do? Oh, it's probably glued on too, I think. Yeah, see, all you have to do is use a regular clamp. You got those bolt-on ones like the ones I showed you, and you got those pincher clamps with vice grips. That's all you have to do. Yeah. Jesus Christ, this is harder than I thought. It might look easy. It's not. Look at my progress. And again, if this was a bolt one, where I can loosen it, or a pincher one, yes, sadly that's not the case. Let's move you here. There we go. I know, a lot of lights. This is not meant to see my pretty face. If anybody knows how to take this off, a better idea, please let me know in the comments. This video might be out, but whatever. I don't want to snap the mouth of this, because if I break this plastic, it's game over. So I'm trying to be gentle. Actually, it was better the way it was before. There you go. I should have gotten my hammer. Oh, it's like plastic, rubbery stuff. Okay. It's like a hard rubber / plastic. Okay, I gotta buy a clamp. That's fine. I should have bought one, but whatever. This is unexpected. There we go. We snapped it. Yeah, okay. So this is like a rubbery plastic thing. See what I mean? It's not like the clamps with the pinchers or the screw-on or bolt one or the bolt ones. Not the best design. I'll set this guy aside. Now I might make a mess by pulling this off, so I'm gonna be really careful. It's still hot. Oh man, my fear is my foot's down here. Woo, it's hot. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is corroded. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah, there's some fluid leaking a little bit. I gotta position my leg different spot. I don't want to break anything. We got it. See what I'm doing? Come on. I don't want to break this. Once I break this, it's game over. Okay, whoa! That was bound to happen. That's supposed to happen, sadly. I don't have anything underneath to catch it. Oh well. Okay, now we want to check around the. Forgive my Frenchiness. We're checking all of this around. Make sure there's no cracks. If there's a crack, it's a problem. All right, our leak was somewhere around here. Let me see if I can get the light down there. Yep. So our leak was somewhere around here, so I'm gonna cut it. The thing is, our hose might be too short. I'm gonna Mickey Mouse it. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna cut it. Then I gotta buy a clamp for now. And then obviously this is just to get going. And then of course, once I'm at the dealer, or close to the dealer, then I'll buy a new one. My leg is tired. Look at the problem. See, it was leaking like from right here. See? So we're gonna cut right there. A little bit below it. Scissors, if you have to have those pretty cool thick scissors that can cut through anything. My feet are slipping. I'm wearing slip-ons. Well, that's my bad. Okay. I'm gonna gonna try to cut it as straight as possible. And yes, I'm trying to be careful with my hands, because I don't want to cut myself. Yeah, try to cut it straight as possible. That way you can slide it. I'm gonna put a little bit of lube. That way you can slide in. Some people are gonna say, don't. Me, if you don't got lube and you have to spit, well, do what you gotta do. No judgment here. But I could have been done if the right stuff was used. Like I said, you'll probably hear me complain and venting a lot. It's because we're trying to make this job quick, easy, and to the point. Not do this roll goober, whatever his name is. So I gotta reposition myself, take little breaks, because there's no footing like the Freightliner. The Freightliner, you had some footing. This guy, not so much. So I hope they sell clamps. If not, then game over. Well, not really game over, but still. A lot of people are probably looking at me like, well, who's he talking to? I'm making a video. I know, I gotta be careful. Footing again. My feet are done. Alright, that's better. We're gonna rotate it a little bit. Be careful. I got coolant, don't worry. And if I need more, don't worry, I'm at a truck stop where I can get more. Alright, I'm gonna be careful here because this can go both ways. It can slap back and I can fall back, or this will burn me. So I'm trying to be really careful here. This hose does need to be replaced. I'll show you why. This hose needs to be replaced because see how spongy and you see the cords? If your hose looks like this with the cords kind of worn, you have to replace it. If it looks swollen, you have to replace it. Our failure point was right here. Hang on. It's not as straight as possible, but it's something. Our failure point was right here, where the RTV was. Actually, no. Yeah, right here. Here's our failure point. That was where it was leaking from the bottom, like this. So I gotta buy a hose clamp. Now I'm done with the knife, so I'm going to close it. That way I don't get stabbed. There is enough hose for me to slide on, so I should be fine. See, I just need to get a hose clamp. There you go. See, he'll be fine. I just need to buy a hose clamp. We should be good. So I gotta put all my tools back in the truck because I don't want it to get stolen. So let's go buy a hose clamp. But before, let's clean up. That way my tools don't get stolen. Yeah, free tools, man, they're expensive. So free tools end up expensive. How? When they get stolen. That hurts, believe it or not. You might be thinking, but they're tools. It hurts. Trust me. All right, I gotta climb down here. Hopefully my phone doesn't fall. All right. I'm gonna just shove everything in the truck, not in the second compartment, because I'll need it. Don't forget your flashlight. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. gonna climb up and double check. We're gonna climb again. Good workout. Oh shit. Almost fell down. I climbed through the stairs like that. So yeah, stupid clamp. I will Google how to remove this because I don't think I did a good job, but whatever. So these all stay, these guys can keep here. Nothing's broken aside from that. Let's get this guy, turn it off, because we're gonna lock up the truck and we're gonna climb back down. Okay. Turn this guy off. Ow, I was pulling my hair. All right, I need to buy a clamp. We locked the doors. Let's go buy a clamp. Actually, you know what? We'll bring both pieces. Reason being, you want to know what size clamp. So we'll bring both the broken parts. Let's make sure our truck is locked up. I'm gonna leave the hood open because I can. Nah, just because it'll be easier. I'm just double checking. Okay, let's go. But yeah, I'm gonna bring these parts here, find a clamp, just to get me moving. And then, of course, I already talked to my boss. When I get back, if this holds up, and when I get back from this trip, then he's gonna have the hose replaced. Because the way I see it is, I know what you guys are asking. Why not go to the shop? Here's the thing. What's more convenient? What's more convenient? Go to the shop, waste about 30 minutes to like 3 hours or longer, and have them bill you more when it should be no more than $100. Or just do this yourself if you're mechanically inclined. I work on cars. I'm not a mechanic. Well, I'll say this. I'm a mechanic without the title. Meaning that I'm a mechanic with no schooling. The only schooling was in Google, YouTube, and books. So that's my university. Yes, I'm sweating. It's hot. So we'll see. So yeah, get the parts. Hey, thank you. Hopefully they sell a clamp. If not, then we're in trouble. Normally I would just, the right way to do it is find a clamp, then do this. Not do this and then the clamp. So, let's see. Woo! There we go. Holster clamps. If it doesn't fit, there is a trick. These are the clamps you should use, or the pincher ones. Now, let's say this hose, let's say the size will not fit over. I mean, obviously it will, but let's say it's bigger. There's a trick. For those of you who don't know, loosen these two all the way out. Put this end onto this one, and then vice versa. That way you have a bigger clamp, if that makes any sense. So loosen this guy, hang on, loosen this one, loosen the big one, oh, take it out, insert this bottom one to this notch right here, vice versa, and you get a bigger clamp. So we got what we need. It will fit, maybe not. I'll buy two, just because we want to play it safe. My boss knows, so it's all good. Let's go pay. We're gonna do the selfless service. All right, time to pay up.
Information needed.
Yeah. I gotta type in my phone number. I don't fuel at Pilot Flying J's anymore. I fuel at Petro TA's. Let me try again. Oh, it went through. Okay, cool. I gotta get a receipt. All right. I'm gonna wedge these two in the middle. Grab this guy. Wait. Make sure I got everything I need. Yep. So I got my clamps. I got two of them. This is why I bring the part, just to make sure it fits. You don't want to go in blind. So again, what's more convenient? You taking it to the shop, wait about 2 to 3 hours, or just do it yourself and still keep rolling. This is temporary. Obviously, if the hose works and holds on till I get back from this trip, great, my boss will replace it. And if not, at least I can get to where I need to be, go to the dealer or wherever I can get a hose, buy it, boom, and get it fixed. Either way, it's getting fixed. I know this is not probably the best way, but do what you got to do. So, oh buddy, there's a couple spots. Most of them are reserved parking, but you can also park in the dirt lots too of this Pilot in Boron, California. Boron. B as in Bravo, O as in Oscar, R as in Romeo, O as in Oscar, N as in November. Boron, California. Mojave Desert. At this Pilot. It's a small little Pilot. Hang on, there's a truck coming. A Volvo. And with the reefer. Hopefully this works, because if that band has to be used, then we got a problem. All right. All right, we're gonna put this back here. I lock my doors and I check them. Of course, I'll send these receipts to my boss. All right, let me put my flashlight on. Gloves. A little sweaty, but that's fine. I don't think I'm gonna need all these tools. No, I'm not gonna need the knife. I'm not gonna need my cutters. Screwdriver, probably not, but I don't have it here. Ratchet set, yeah, why not? I'm not gonna take the whole ratchet set on my other flashlight, so we're not gonna lock this door because I need to get in and out. So, all right. Once I'm done here, I'm gonna call my boss. All right, we're gonna climb back up again. Cool. All right. Of course, you can see me. I'm gonna put you back here. Again, this is the hose we're replacing. I need to take my gloves off so I can feel this first. Yes, you can use a screwdriver if you want. I like to use the ratchet if it's faster. And of course it has the sizes. So basically what I was saying in the store, I'll explain it here. That way it makes better sense. I got 2 clamps. Let's say this hose was bigger. What you want to do is take 2 of these, loosen them up all the way, and this will back out. Lefty loosey, this backs out. Righty tighty, this goes in. And of course we're having issues right now. We shouldn't be having issues, but yeah, whatever. Hang on. So again, you could use a flathead screwdriver, but you're going to be fighting it, or you can use a little socket set. But what you do is this: back it all the way out. And again, this is only if you don't have a clamp that's your size. Okay, it's almost out. Alright, see how it popped out? Here's 1. This is beneficial. 2. Let's put it this way so you can see. Back it out. So if you have a clamp that's too big and you don't have the right size, take 2 of these guys like this. Feed 1 like this. Right? So just feed it. Open it up. And then feed this guy through here. And boom, now you got a bigger clamp. Okay? That's how you want to do it. I'm not gonna do this though, because I know this clamp will fit. But that's how you do it. If you need a bigger clamp and you don't have the size, just link these 2 guys up together, you'll have a bigger clamp. There's 2 ways to do this. You can loosen it like I did, wrap it around, or you can pop the hose off. If this is locked, if it's locked like this, pop the hose off, slide it, but since I have it open, I'm just gonna do it like this. We'll do it like this. I don't know if it's gonna fit, and it's not. So it's too big. That's okay. It's okay because we can take one of these smaller hoses. I wish there was a medium one, but I guess this is a medium. Alright. Let me see if I got something bigger. And I don't. That's fine. Yeah, because this is going to be a tight fit. See how it's not closing? So this is where this guy comes into play. We're gonna hold it and we're gonna start it. See how it's biting? We're gonna do the same thing with this one. So slide it. Yeah, again, you don't need big ones. You can use these small ones. A big one and a small one. We're gonna clamp it and it's gonna grab it. Tighten both sides, don't just do one. Otherwise it's not gonna work. So we're gonna do both sides. And you see some there. We're gonna do the same thing with this side. So this is how you do it. And if you're at home and you need clamps, you can buy a set of clamps where you don't have to worry about this. All right, I'm gonna put my gloves on, even though it's kind of too late for that. Careful because most of this stuff is plastic. All right, we're gonna snug her down and then we'll slide it in. It'll work. I'm just trying to tighten these guys really good. See how this is easier than the screwdriver? The screwdriver will be popping on and off, so it's better this way. See how there's some coming right here? Same thing with the other side. Because if you leave one side loose and one all the way, it's not going to work. It might work, but you're risking it. So you're risking it, and it's not going to be good. All right. Now we're going to do this one again. So that's what I mean. In my case, since I didn't have a big enough hose, we're going to back it off a little bit. Get a big one and a small one or a medium-sized one. Take them out and just do it like that. So. All right, position my leg again. We're gonna slide this in carefully. All the way as best as possible. Okay, we're gonna hold it. We're going to measure this bad boy out. This is an 8mm. There we go. Come on. This is just a quick fix. It's nothing special. Now, of course, this is a fight that I did not want to deal with. Hold on. If I had a buddy that would help, but that's fine. This is why you have a screwdriver. See what I mean? It pops off. Okay. At least to clamp it in. It wants to pop off, but that's fine. Hold it. Again, you can use either one. Okay, we almost got it. Woo! That would have been bad if it fell down. Okay. There we go. And see how it's putting tension? That's what we want. I'm tired, but I have to get this done. There we go. The other guy's right there. All right, cool. This is why you want to cut it straight. The other one is right there. I want to get it with the screwdriver. Sometimes it's good to have both. I might be in your way, not because I'm mean. See what I mean? It's popping off. Oh, Lord. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's better than nothing. Can you see? Probably not. See what I mean? I'm trying to make my camera flip, but it doesn't want to. So it's a little pinch, but not too bad to where it's a problem. See what I mean? It's not too bad. So let's pinch a little bit right here, but not too bad, because again, this is temporary. So let me try to tighten this side just because I want to feel better. But this is what you do, guys and girls. I have to relax my nerves. I'm not mad or stressed, it's just that you have to have a steady hand for this. If not, I'll go get my extension. You know what? Let me go get my extension. Hold on. This is your ratchet, your socket. This is an 8mm socket. Your extension. This is a 3/8 extension with the 3/8 set. Obviously, it's called an extension. I should have got the bigger one, but whatever, it's fine. Alright, we got it. We're just gonna tighten it just a little bit. We're gonna stop and check, make sure that all the sides, there's no gaps. Because if it's gap or it's not put in straight, you have to stop and put it again, do it all over again. So, and it popped off. Obviously, I'm not resting on the hose because, woo, that was bad. Hang on, let's try this top right here. You don't want to over tighten it to where you cut it. There's another way. If you have a piece of rubber or tape or something, you could put it on top of the hose before you put the clamp on. That way you don't have to worry about another cut. So you could, I should have done that, but I don't have another piece of rubber or tape. Duct tape will work, but it only works up to a point where it's gonna come loose. Okay, yeah, you don't want to over tighten these because these will snap. And then of course, since this is a radiator hose, it uses a lot of, it's a pressurized system. So, all right. All right, guys and gals, let's just do finishing touches. We're good. So again, I'm not happy. Forgive me for the recording. This is a vlog, I guess. I'm not happy about this right here. About that. I'm not happy about that. Because it looks pinched. Right? But if it helps us get us by, then that'd be good. We wasted about an hour. If they used this type of clamp or the pinching one, I would have been done in less than 30 minutes. So we're gonna give it a light tug, a light pull. Can you see? Focus. I'll do it like this. We're gonna give it a tug. And it's not coming off, so we're good. We're not done yet. I gotta top off the coolant. So let me put my tools away and we'll top off the coolant. I just gotta climb down here. I will keep these parts, that way I can show my boss. Obviously do this with the engine off, because if not, it's gonna spray everywhere. So you don't want that. All right, this is not safe what I'm gonna do, obviously, but I have to do it. So I need to transfer this. Okay. I made it down. Yes, I have the radiator cap. All right, we got to top off the coolant. So, I'll rest it right here. There we go. So this is your coolant reservoir. Coolant or water, coolant preferred. Coolant antifreeze is the same thing. Coolant is just to make, it's the same thing, except they use coolant to make sure your engine runs cooler. And antifreeze, self-explanatory, is to prevent the liquid and water from icing. Because if your engine has water and it freezes, it expands and you can crack your block. So this will also help you keep your engine run cool and not freeze. So the only time you want to keep this open, here's the radiator cap. The only time you want to keep this open, you open it up when the engine's nice and cold, like early in the morning, or if it's been sitting for a long time. Do not open this while it's hot or while the engine is running, or once you're done driving. Do not open this while hot. Let it cool down, because what happens is it's a pressurized sealing system. When you open it up, all that pressure has to go out somewhere. So guess what happens when you open it when it's hot? Water will explode out with vapor and it'll burn you. So open this when cold. Do not open it when hot unless you want severe burns. Fluid and vapor spraying out of nowhere, then that's on you. Even says it here, right? And it tells you what to do. So now we unplug the sensor too, the coolant sensor. We're gonna plug this in once we're done. It's broken, but I can fix that. So let's get the coolant. See, it even says it here. Do not open it while hot, unless you want to burn yourself. And yes, it has levels: maximum, minimum. You don't want this to be overfilled, but you don't want this to be all the way low, or else. And these semi trucks, if the coolant is low, you'll get a low coolant warning light and a check engine light possibly. And if you don't address it, it'll shut down your engine. So it's because it's trying to save itself. That's why. It's a protection, because you don't want these engines to overheat, because then the metal warps and blah blah blah. All right, we got coolant over here. Yay, it's not messy. I organize it, but it still gets messy. I had a funnel here. Let's see if I can find it. And if not, it is what it is. I'll figure it out. It's probably into this side. I don't know. This is cool. It's no big deal. If you feel like you need a funnel, use it. If not, don't worry about it. I guess I'll use a funnel. Coolant. Antifreeze, same thing. We're almost done. Just gotta top off the coolant, bleed the system, because you don't want air inside the cooling system. That's how it overheats. Ah, there we go. These systems cannot have air. They have to have coolant or water, whatever. Okay, it's not the best, but it's something, right? Oh wait, I got a better idea. A bottle of water. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna make my own funnel. Because I had another one. Nope, I don't have it. It's cool. We'll just use no funnel. The hole's too small. We gotta climb up, so I gotta do the same thing. You gotta be careful. Buddy, you're getting too old for this. All right, we got the cap. Don't lose that. The cap is important, believe it or not. Also, we're gonna fill this. There's a trick. I want to show you guys if I can. There's a notch right here. This notch. You push and turn, because there's another notch, a little indentation. You push it and turn. But here's another cool trick. If you don't have anything to break this loose, take this bottom notch, this corner right here, insert it, boom. You take this end right here, stab it, boom. And that's how you open it. Be careful, don't just make sure you clean up your trash. Try not to spill, because this smells sweet, it tastes sweet. Animals will die if they lick it, because it's poison. So please be careful and be mindful. Be careful if you can avoid it. I'm gonna fail or succeed, whatever it is. I'm gonna try it anyway. All right, here it goes. Hopefully you can see that. If not, then you'll get the idea. I need this to sit higher. Yeah, I know. I need another camera. I'm using my iPhone. We're trying to fill this in here, so we'll do it again. This is not a live. I'm just recording this because I can. Okay, we're up to the cold mark, the cold minimum. We're gonna top it off just a little bit past that, maybe halfway, because it lost coolant. So you have to let this circulate. And we're also checking for leaks. Make sure there's no leaks over there. So we're gonna go over there right now and check for leaks. Because if it's leaking, then we have to stop and recorrect the situation. So we're gonna put it on, but not all the way. Snug. Now let's see if it's leaking. If it's leaking, then we gotta stop. We gotta double check our work. It doesn't seem to be leaking. This is from earlier, but it's not leaking. I don't know if you can see. I'm checking the hose right here. It's not leaking. So this is all from earlier. So sorry if you couldn't see it. All right. I gotta do something real quick. Whoops. I gotta switch keys. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna drive. I think I'm gonna call it a night. All right. We're gonna start up the truck. Oh, wait. Before we do, we gotta do something. plug in the sensor. The coolant level sensor. This sensor here, we gotta plug it in. I'll fix that. I'll fix it right now. I just want it in. Let's get this guy because it's gonna fall down. But basically, I'm checking that this hose right here is not leaking. Because if it's not leaking while I'm squeezing it, you don't want it to leak out of there. So I think we're good. Now that we plugged it in, let's start the truck up. And yes, I have my keys with me. Turn off the AC. Okay, it's cycling through. And then of course, this truck leaks air. See, it leaks air. But that's okay. I'm gonna take a sip of my Gatorade fruit punch. That's just the radio. And of course I got my tools here, but don't worry, we'll fix it. Let's check on the leak. Let me put my gloves on. This one, I like to do this. I like to put it on high and on vent, and I'll put it on 1 because you want the coolant slash antifreeze to circle through the heater core, which is inside the truck. Let's check this out. Okay, we're on top of the, well, we're back on the truck. Right now, we're making sure that this is not leaking. So right now, it looks like no leak. Nothing's leaking under here. So let's do this. No leaks. It's nice and tight. Again, this is from earlier. And it's not leaking from here either, so we're good. So no leaks. Now, let's bleed the system. We gotta bleed the system. So now, you're gonna open the cap. We're gonna fill the reservoir. Close the vent from the radiator. Let's turn off the AC. We messed up right there. Hold on. All right, AC's off. I was trying to do it like a car. That's why. That's my bad. I'll admit when I'm wrong. Okay. We're gonna loosen this to bleed the air out. So we topped the fluid. The fluid went a little low, just a little bit. So you want to bleed the air out. You don't want air trapped inside the cooling system. It's going to cause it overheat and a bunch of other problems. We're going to idle the truck for a little bit, for 5 minutes. Okay? We're going to let it circulate. Let that thermostat open too. The thermostat is a mechanical valve inside the engine that helps the coolant warm up and also helps the engine warm up faster. Once it's up to temperature, that valve opens up and it lets the coolant circulate all the way through, fully warming up the whole engine, AC and all that stuff. So we're gonna do it with the cap off because we want the air coming out. I And right now we're right here. Hopefully you can see it. Minimum, maximum. So we're gonna let it idle for a little bit. But yeah, these marks are really important. Minimum, maximum. You don't want to go above this. You don't want to be under this. Okay? So give me just a moment. All right, I had to pause the video. I'm sorry, I had to stop the video. That way I can switch it around. You guys don't need to see me much. So these are important. You don't want to feel anything above the maximum. Not even, you don't want to be underneath the minimum. Now let's go back and check our work to make sure our work is done and if there's no leaks. Again, this is all from earlier. All right. Shiny, I know. No leaking. I know. It's not leaking. I'm gonna squeeze it. No leaking. So we're good. I know it's dirty. It'll clean up in the morning. So we're gonna let it idle for a little bit. AC's off, but I did put it on vent. Coolant. We got the cap right there. There's a little bit of suction, not too bad though. Alright, the hub will stay the same. So right now we're working on that thermostat to open. The thermostat is gonna be... Let me see where that thermostat is at. That's a turbo. Diesel engines need turbo. So they can run perfectly and sufficiently. Without the turbo, it's slow. Of course you got your AC compressor, water pump, your fan, and then that little pulley up there, that's your tension or your idler pulley, whichever comes. And then you got your I think that's the water pump down there actually. And then on the other side you got your alternator, which charges up your electrical system, and it charges the batteries too. That's why it's called an alternator. Right here, you can barely see it. Alright, no leaks. Of course, your dipstick for the oil. Obviously, you want to check this one in. Cold, not running, but it's fine. I checked it earlier, we're good. Well, you top up the oil, computer, water separator. Beauty. Well, I don't like the engine. The Jake brakes are weak and it's garbage, but whatever. This for the steering wheel. See? This moves the tires. The gearbox for the steering wheel. Brake chamber. Your power steering. Reservoir. Oh yeah, the thermostat. It's probably going to be... I have to look for the lower hose. And it could be up there. Or... I can't find the lower hose. Let's double check this again. No leaks. So we're good. Sorry that I'm screaming and shouting. I want to make sure you guys are hearing me. Normally you follow the hose, but I'm trying to remember on this one where it flows it is. Every truck is different. let's go inside the cab. Oh yeah, a little bit of bubbles, but not too bad. Let's go inside the cab and check the temperature. Make sure it's up to temperature. I'm gonna turn on the lights too. Okay. So it's it's crawling up to temperature slowly but surely. This is the one you have to worry about. These are your primary and secondary airlines, your fuel, diesel fuel, your DEF, speedometer, tachometer, oil pressure. But this is the one that we're focusing on right now. So, meanwhile, I'm gonna clean up. I'll keep these parts here. I'm gonna clean up. So, make sure all my stuff is put away because these guys are useful, believe it or not. Tools are very useful when you have them. When you don't have them, you wish you had them. I know because I'm speaking from experience. So, all right, cool. I'm doing this one-handed. Pull the extension off. Alright. These are the extensions I was telling you about. This is a 3/8 socket set. This is your standard and this is your metric. And this is a 3/8 extension. Short, medium, large extension, your sockets, and then your ratchet. So, screwdriver, which I'll put here for now because I do need it. And of course I use my knife and the clippers. Then here's the clamps that I was telling you about. But yeah, that method, you don't need you don't need the big ones. You just need the smaller ones. A big one and a small one should do it fine. I don't think I'm gonna drive tonight. I think I'm done. I'm getting kind of sleepy. I know I'm fighting this, but it's okay. It's okay. There we go, buddy. Sorry it's black. I'm just cleaning up and putting my tools away. And these new pieces. Then I gotta call my boss. Alright, we're slowly getting up to temperature. And then we have to throttle it a little bit. Keys. All right, let's put these guys away. No, do not ask me to lend you my tools. My answer is going to be no. It's always going to be no, because I usually don't get them back, or if I do get them back, they're all messed up. So no, I'm not letting anybody borrow my tools. I'm sorry, but even if you're a good friend of mine and you brought them back in good condition, I am still not going to let you borrow my tools. I'm sorry. I know it sounds wrong, but no, you're not. I'm not letting you borrow any tools. Call me an asshole, whatever. I don't care. But no, you're not going to borrow my tools. Sorry. Save up and buy your own tools. That's what I had to do. So do not ask me to let me borrow. Do not ask me if you can borrow my tools, because my answer's gonna be no. Sorry, but that's the truth. All right, it went down a little bit. So right now, I'm just gonna put this away for now. I'll put this guy up here. Put it right here. I'm going to throttle, rev it up a little bit so it can come to temperature. Reason means because you want it to be somewhat at temperature. If you started cold and start revving the heck out of it, that's a problem. That's a big problem. I gotta wash my hands too. It smells like coolant. And yes, I'm gonna be wearing my light headband, my headlight. All right, we're going to make sure the steering wheel's straight. Okay, we're gonna rev it a little bit. No, it's not a stick shift, it's an automatic. I'm only allowed to drive automatic. We're not going to rev it too much. That way the thermostat can open up quicker and be up to temperature, and we can bleed out all those air bubbles. Excuse me. Even if you lost a little bit of coolant, it would behoove you to bleed out your cooling system, just because you don't want any air bubbles. And no, we're not leaking. Sadly, the AC does have to be off. No worries. Let me move this to another spot.
Turn at the second right onto California 58.
Let me see. But yeah, while we're waiting, I guess let me turn down the radio real quick. I guess we'll go over these little gauges. Sorry for the mess. When you have mechanic stuff, that's what happens. But yeah, while we're waiting for the temperature to come up to temperature, I guess we can go over these gauges. So, or what these buttons do. So this is a International LT 2020. And it's an automatic, no stick. Horn, car horn, loud horn. I'm not going to do it because there's people sleeping. So yeah, the horn. Cruise control button. Cancel, off, turn off cruise control. To turn the cruise control on for this car, for this truck, turn this guy on, set it, boom. Your trailer lights. That's, to flash them. Then your headlights, which you can't see. That's basically saying thank you or merge over. Hang up, answer, volume, mute, volume up, volume down for the radio. The Freightliner had better buttons, but whatever. Steering wheel knob, I use it. I don't care what you guys say. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I use it because I like it. This is your work lamp for the back of the cab. You push it on, and it turns on. You can barely see it. That's for the back of the cab. And then, of course, to check all your lights, you push this button, and it flashes all the lights. And then, of course, these are your off, automatic. And if you push this in, your fog lights come on. Push it again, it turns them off. So it's automatic, off, quarters, lows, and your high beams, you just push inward and then push outward, push inward again. So, and then of course this is your windshield wiper. Push it in. See what I mean? And then if you turn it, oh, whoops, I might have knocked off my stuff on it. But anyways, that's your lights. And then of course, left, right, self-explanatory. Now, this is your menu. So if I move this, you can see your trip, your gauges, your alerts, your setup, whatever. And then the back button. Like I said, this is your thermostat for the engine temperature. These are your air lines, your air pressure, primary, secondary. Your fuel, your speedometer, your DEF, diesel exhaust fluid, tachometer, oil pressure, and then of course, since it's an automatic, drive, neutral, reverse, and then of course your parking brake. This is your parking truck brake. You pull to park it, push in to release. And then this is your trailer brake as well, same thing. Pull it out to set them, push it in to release. Here is the switch for drive, low gear, drive, neutral, reverse, automatic. And if you want to put it in manual mode to hold it in gear, you push it, hold it, and it switches from M to manual. And then if you push it again, it switches to automatic. Watch. Well, it won't do it because it's in neutral. Then of course your engine brakes, right now it's off. Position 1, which is the lowest. See that little sign? Position 1, which is the lowest. Position 2, medium. Position 3, supposed to be the strongest. But for this engine, it's weak. I'm not happy with it, but hey, I can't complain too much about it. It is what it is. So I have to use my brakes as well. Not that using your brakes is bad, but if you don't know how to brake while using your Jake brake or your engine brake, you're gonna smoke your brakes. So you gotta be careful. So that's it, basically. This is your 4x4. You lock your differentials. That way all your four wheels are spinning off-road. This is for climbing up a hill. This is your lights. And then this is your bunk light. Your dump suspension. So let's say you're trying to hook up a trailer. You push this and it drops your suspension. That way you can get underneath the trailer. Once you're underneath, it raises it without you having to slam it. Or if you're trying to disconnect, you lower it by pushing this button, drop it carefully, and then pull out. This is your temperature controls for the bunk. Cold, hot, fast, slow. Your fifth wheel slide. That way you can move your fifth wheel. And then your fifth wheel unlock. That way you don't have to go underneath and pull the fifth wheel handle. Do not operate these while the truck is moving. You don't want that. Park regen. It's basically when your truck has a lot of, when the diesel particle filter is full, you park, set the brakes, neutral. You press this and activates, and basically the truck shakes and rises to temperature to burn off the soot, all the soot and carbon. Self-explanatory. Low, off, high speed, cold, fast, AC, vent, face, feet, legs, whatever. Then these are your four ways, emergency lights, radio. That's your radio. This is your lane departure warning. And this is your auto start feature. If the truck is off, you can program the truck to turn on when it needs to be turned on and off. So that's, you know. Then of course you got a USB port here, charger, another car charger that I fixed, USB port, your brakes, cubbies, not a cubby but a little things to put it, your stuff, your vents, GPS, logs, CB radio. I always run a CB. I guess that's the temperature is going to go up to. So let's climb up and check what we got. Let's see what we got, people. Yes, my brakes are set. The fan did kick on. I'm pretty sure I dropped some stuff. And I did. That was my bad. It's because I was using the windshield wipers. Nothing else is broken? Nope, we're good. It did drop down a little bit. We'll top it up a little bit more. A little bit more, and then most likely we'll call it a night. So I gotta climb up again. All right, we're gonna top it up again. Yeah, that's what I'm going to top off. If this has the seal, what you do is you take this guy, put this indentation here. Lord have mercy on me. I'll do it like this. If this is sealed, where are you? Okay. Take this guy. See this indentation? Focus. You take this guy and you basically go like this. That's how you open it. Right now it's empty. So that's how you use it. That's only if you don't have a knife or anything to poke it at. Looks like we topped off. We're not leaking anything. Well, not that I know of. Looks squeaky clean. We'll let it bleed out a couple more minutes. Let's go check. Because I'm filming and because these guys decided to use a different clamp, but whatever. It's not leaking. Alright, let's see. Normally the foot out. No leaks. We're good. Let's try. Alright, we're good. Holy smokes. Alright, we're good. We're gonna put the cap on. I try to find the grooves, the teeth. Alright, we got it. It's real easy to cross it plastic, so it clicks, that way you don't over tighten it because you will break it. Okay, there we go. So we plug the system. Alright, this is cold, so that's fine. Let's still walk around, make sure we didn't leave anything behind. Nothing's broken. Still no leaking. We're good. Let's take a look at the temperature. Alright, we're gonna turn on the AC now. Woo. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. It's going up the temperature, so we're good now. Alright. Our work here is done. Let me turn this off real quick. Holy smokes. Oh, you saw that. It's fine, I'm okay. I'm fine. Alright, all we gotta do is close the hood. Let's go close the hood. Actually, no, because I got to show my boss. But anyways, that's how you do it. I would have done it quicker, but since I've been filming, it takes a little bit longer. So yeah, these are broken into smaller clips. I will split it and, you know, link them up together. I'll put it on my YouTube, my TikTok, any type of social media. So, all right, amigos. Hopefully you guys learned something from this. I'll say this, do not blame me if you do it and it doesn't go as planned, or if you do it wrong. Don't blame me. Do this at your own discretion. If you feel like you can do it, do it. If you don't do it. But if you do it and it doesn't go well, don't blame me for it. This is just a way to show you how I do this, because it's a debate whether risk driving tomorrow with a leak and getting into a shop where they can take a long time, or I just do this quickly without any issues. Luckily this worked in our favor because the hose was long. If the hose was too short, I wouldn't have gotten this far to cutting it, modding it, and all that stuff. So do this at your own discretion. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Leave it alone. Because downtime is not good. It gets really expensive real quickly. Yes, I'll wash my hands, but yeah, if you're in a pinch and you have to do this, do this. But again, if you're not sure or you're scared or whatever, I get it. I understand. Because so many, it could have gone both ways, good way or bad way, right? It could have been too short. This store might not have clamps. You know, could have been bad. But luckily it was in our favor. So here's a couple recommendations. Before you go this far, make sure definitely got batteries and good lights. If it's a daytime, good. If it's nighttime, like right now, make sure you got batteries and good lighting. 2, do it in an area where you're not obstructing any traffic, but also don't do it in an area where it's just you by yourself. Do it in an area where it's populated, like now. Also, before you go this far, verify the leak and see, in my case, I'm going to use my case as an example. If the hose is long enough to where you can cut the broken part, the rip part, and still reuse it, do it. But before you do that, make that determination that you do have enough hose or you don't have enough hose. Because if you don't have enough hose, don't touch it. If you have enough hose, great. But before you start cutting it or working on it, make sure you know the type of clamp you're working on. And if you're not sure, buy some new clamps. Make sure that the truck stop or store, wherever you're at, make sure that you got clamps. If they don't have clamps, or if you don't have clamps, and the clamp that you have is not reusable like mine, don't do it. Don't proceed to do this type of job. You're gonna be stranded, and you're probably gonna piss off your company or your boss, whoever. So make sure you have enough hose, enough length to do this. If you do, make sure you got a clamp. If it's a reusable clamp, use it. But if you want to replace it, replace it. But also make sure that the store or the place you're at has clamps. If not, don't do this, or else you're gonna be stranded and it's gonna be a bigger problem. Now, if you have all 3, make sure you got tools. Make sure you got tools. And make sure you're mechanically inclined. Make sure you know how to use your tools and how to attack this problem. Because if you don't, you will mess something up. I promise it, I guarantee it. You'll break something, you're gonna mess something up. So that's what I'm saying. If you know what you're doing, do it. If you don't do it. If you still want to do it and it does not go as planned, don't blame me. Because I'm not saying do this. I'm just showing you I got 2 choices. Limp it to a shop and possibly waste time there when I could be doing this on my own and get further to Houston. Okay, so it's either go to a shop, have it done professionally, get a new hose, but also risk the time in case I waste a long time, or do it since I know how to do it, be done with it, go to where I need to go, and along the way, if I see a dealership or a shop where they have a hose, do it. Again, proceed with caution. Another thing too is let the truck cool down. It's hot, let it cool down. You don't want pressurized coolant or water or any fluid spraying in your face because you got impatient. Let it cool down. If you have to open it, loosen it carefully. Little bit, walk away. Little bit, walk away. If not, let it cool down. That way you don't get burned. Again, I am not responsible for whatever mistakes you make. This is just to show you if this can be done or not. If I can do it or not. Also, I'm thinking about the company because I'm saving my boss a lot of money right now. So, something I also got to think about. If you're an owner-operator and you own your truck and trailer and you're in this position, you also got to think about that. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. If you feel like you got to take it to a shop, hey, there's no problem with that. If you feel like you have to, do it. That's fine. There's no judgment. So you got a couple takeaways here. Also, Make sure your brakes are set. If not, you'll be injured or killed. So please make sure you have your brakes set. Truck is off. Once you're done repairing it, then turn it on. Verify that it's not leaking. But yeah, right now I'm gonna call my boss, show him that I've completed the work. Let me double check again. No leak. So this is it. These little clips, I'm gonna put them into one. I'm gonna conjoin them, and then I'll upload it on my social media. I'll upload them to my TikTok, my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my Facebook, possibly my Twitch, whatever I can think of too. Maybe Twitter. I don't know about Twitter. Twitter's a pain. So, all right, everybody, I gotta go to bed. I gotta call my boss and go to bed. Adios.